Hello, everyone. This is Zachimus Prime, aka Zachimus Prime, bringing you another Transformers video review. This week, today, I'm going to be reviewing the Studio Series Leader Class Blackout. This guy is actually pretty cool. I like him a lot. So back when the first movie came out, Blackout was a crowd favorite. We did get a Voyager class toy of him, which was, all of the movie one toys were kind of, they were all right, but none of them were like really, really great, except for maybe Brawl. Leader class Brawl was phenomenal. But the leader class, the Voyager class Blackout was it was okay, but it didn't really convey the character very well. And we had heard rumors about a leader class Blackout, and then they just disappeared. They turned into just rumors because he didn't really show up in any later movies. I guess we did technically get him in the Force battle in Revenge of the Fallen, but since he was only there for like just a little bit and really just there to, get his ass kicked by Optimus Prime and his like meat hooks, then I guess that wasn't worth putting in all the time and effort that it would take to make a better toy. So we didn't get a better toy of him. This guy, though, like, he looks good. His proportions are good. He looks like he kind of just like stepped right off of the screen. I like that. Just lots of really good detail on him and lots of really good, just his proportions just seem pretty good. I was looking up some pictures of Blackout from the movie, just to see how well this guy lines up, and he lines up with it pretty good. He's done pretty well. Literally, like my biggest complaint I have with this figure is the hands, because they're stuck in this pose right here, and there's no wrist swivel. If there's a wrist swivel, this figure would just be phenomenal. But as it is, he just has his hands in this weird, awkward pose, which is super awkward. I don't really like that, but I don't know. He does have these great little like Ninja Turtle hands, with the like 2 fingers and a thumb. But anyhow, in terms of accessories, he comes with Scorponok, this little tiny Scorponok, and Scorponok is actually pretty good for kind of he's got great sculpting on him. And good paint apps, some like silver and gold, a little bit of red there. He's not going to be doing a whole lot else, but he's got a little bit of movement on his claws and a little bit of movement on his tail. I don't know. He's kind of cute. Just makes you want to just like hug him. He's like, oh, it's Scorponok. I don't know, maybe not that, but yeah, anyhow. One of the other things that I'm kind of iffy about on this figure is his posability. He doesn't really have a great amount of posability, and I kind of wish that he did, but like his head goes side to side that much. His head goes up and down that much. Not a whole lot of posability on that. His arms, there's no, like this section here is all fixed. There's no range there. So he's got a tab that always comes undone here. Something to keep in mind. His arm will move forward that much. And only that much. His arm will go back that much, but only if you like mash up with the rotor blades and whatnot. So his arm, not a whole lot of posability there. Then below this joint you have your outward joint. This is really important because his arms are too big to hang straight down. They have to hang out a bit, and his arm will go out that much. He's got an elbow joint that's got I'll give it 90 degrees there. No waist swivel whatsoever. His legs, let's get the arms out of the way a bit. His legs will go forwards That's about as much as as that front skirt arm will move out of the way. So his leg will go forward like that much and go backwards like maybe that much. It's got a ratchet in there, but it's not really, I don't know. It's not like you're going to need it for holding any dynamic poses. He does not really do dynamic poses. He's got a joint here and a joint here because he's got that quantum, like, digitigrade or whatever they call it. I mean, you can straighten his leg all the way out. That's not how it was in the movie. But I guess whatever, man, whatever helps you sleep at night. But so as a result of this, you can get his leg to bend a good 90 degrees, which I think is, it's not bad as far as legs go. He does have this little piece of kibble goes through this other piece here. And I'm not 100% certain how that works. Well, I guess they probably fed it through this end first. So that kind of moves around as you move his ankle, and you can move, this flap and get like slightly different angles out of it. So he does have a fair degree of range on his foot. Of course, he needs to have a lot of range in order to transform, but then he also has a fair amount of ankle tilt too. Which is not required for transformation. So that's kind of like an added bonus, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, his shoulder tabs like to come undone like all the time. So he kind of hunches naturally. But yeah, he doesn't, I mean, he looks really, really good, but he doesn't have a lot of posability. I think you can kind of like, oh, I forgot to mention how much of a Van Damme he's got. Jeez, I dropped the ball, guys. I dropped the ball. Van Damme it. In terms of Van Damme, he's got the full Van Damme. In fact, he's got at least 120% Van Damme. I was just looking at this. It's interesting to see the little ratcheting surface there. There's a big divot here where his leg rests normally. But anyhow, so there he is. He does not have a whole lot of articulation. He looks great. He's great to look at. He's gonna look good on just like sitting on your shelf doing stuff. But he's not a real action intensive figure, unfortunately. He does have this little gun thing that you can stick out. I generally just leave it down. He does have this little rotor blade that comes around. That's something, I guess. His thumb will close and then open. Not sure what you can do with that, but that's something to at least point out, I think. You can store Scorponok on the back. There's this screw hole right here. Happens to be 5mm, and you can plug it into this little tab back here. Yeah, hypothetically, theoretically, metaphorically. Come on, just fit, damn you. Yeah, like so. He'll hang out back there. And that's Blackout. I think that it looks really good for display. But I don't think that he's gonna like be like busting out some like epic pose on your shelf. But let's get him transformed down. So we're gonna take off Scorponok. We're going to take off this little rotor thing. And we're going to get down to it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to straighten out his legs, and we're going to bend this all the way. There's a panel right here. We're going to pull on this panel, and it comes out. And we'll go all the way around and then slide back in on that little joint. There's a panel here that folds out. We're going to fold that out. Same with the other leg. Straighten everything out. Pull this panel down. Flip it around. And slide this out. All right. So eventually these are going to need to be posed differently and whatnot, but we're going to get to that. When we get to that, this thing is just... So we're going to take this and we're going to extend this out to give us some more space back here to work. We're going to take these, we're going to untab this. We're going to untab these tabs that are probably untabbed anyhow. They're certainly untabbed on mine. So this tab here is really loose and it comes undone really easily. But then there's two tabs that connect this panel onto the fuselage of the helicopter mode, and they're like super tight. In fact, I thought I was going to bust something first time I did that. These tabs right here are freakishly tight. So there you go. You got the like two loose tabs and the two tight tabs. So we're going to take these, rotate this around, and then we're going to, this arm, we're going to pull open. There's a tab here that we're going to untab. We're going to pull open this, extend open that first. And pull, then rotate this around. The hand will come down here. And then I believe, how did this go? Then we just take this and extend it all the way. Now we rotate it. Get it part way, and then we rotate it so that this missile all lines up. There's a tab on that missile. Tab's in there. This part will fold up. All right, and there is one arm basically done. Jeez, I probably didn't frame that very well because I was focusing on the toy more than I was focusing on the screen. Let's see if I can do this other one better. So we're going to take this, extend this out, flip this up, put the hand in, rotate this out, and then we're going to bend this part way and then bring this all the way around and then bring it all the way up. It feels like there's tolerance issues on this figure because you have to like fight these panels past each other. And I don't really like that, but I also don't feel like anything is, you know, really in danger of busting or anything like that. So, all right, there's that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start getting his, we're going to get his head put away. So you're going to take this waist section here, tabs in right there, like that. We're going to extend out this pedo. We're going to pull on this panel right here, which is going to bring this whole nose section up. But before we put this panel up like that, we're going to take this head and we're just going to push it straight down. And you'll see here, there's like this whole like panel down here that just comes down with that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So Blackout's head is recessed in there. We're going to put this down. There's a panel here. It's kind of hard to get to at this point. I mean, I guess we can. It's just, if we put that, yeah, I'm not going to worry about that yet. All right. So we're going to take these, we're going to fold this forward and then put the legs forward to match that. Because that'll allow us to start tucking this into there. We're going to take these and rotate them at the thigh. Yes, at the thigh, 90 degrees. And it's going to start to slide into there. Now we're going to focus on the rotor assembly. So this whole assembly here is on like this big old hinge thing, right? And we're going to take this rotor. So on the original Voyager class figure, the rotor actually came off. You could pull the rotor off and do all your transformation and then put it back on. And some people were like, ew, parts forming. And I was like, oh, that actually makes a fair amount of sense. We're going to take these panels here, fold them out a bit. That'll give us space to take this and fold this down till this whole panel kind of lines up, and then extend out this panel here. All right, all right. Then we're going to take these and we're going to tab them together up here. And it is worth noting that you have this little detail here is actually like a functional detail. And this little detail here that also looks cosmetic is actually a detail too. That hole goes onto that peg like that. That keeps that all in check. So now what we're going to do, why does this not want to weasel out of place? Yeah. Yeah. We're going to rotate it. This is, so you've got this armature in here, which you can't hardly see. There's an armature in here, it has a joint down here, and it has a joint up at the top, right? And it works like a double joint, and we're going to kind of just like shoot that down there. And then this little parts are going to double hinge on top of that. And I found that those don't really like to stay together very well, but we'll get them. So we'll take this, close that down, and then now basically it's a matter of just lining everything up. So we'll line up there's little tabs. And that's kind of lined up, but we'll get it better in a bit. I'll take these. There's a tab here. Tuck that tab under. So many panels. And then the rotors are just like distracting as hell. So kind of get that lined up. Kind of get that lined up. Kind of get this put into place. I feel like I really missed the boat on something. Oh, hey. Is that a design feature or... Yeah. I missed the boat on something. Every time I do this, I learn something new. And now I'm seeing that there is like a tab inside this. When you're going into robot mode, all you have to do is just yank everything apart. It's going back into alt mode that you have to line everything up just perfectly, which is why I do it, because it's harder. So apparently, I think this little, gosh, you can't even see that on the screen, can you? I think that this little tab here is supposed to fit into this little slot here. Maybe. Yes. Maybe. No, we'll go with yes. This guy has got more finicky tabs, more finicky panels than the Leader class Sentinel Prime. But I think I'm getting it all massaged into place. Let me pull out his landing gear. That might be affecting it somewhat. All right, put these back into place. And take these back like so. All right, and then we'll take these and pull this all the way out. And then they kind of like, there's a whole little like internal tab system inside this rotor that allows these to fit into the proper positions in the proper places. And that's kind of cool. This guy here, when he gets all folded up like that, he'll just stick. He'll just stick underneath here. There's all this like, there's all this structure right here that will actually like hold on to him. And he just kind of fits in there and sticks in quite nicely. So he can, eject easily. He doesn't have the little ejection feature that the Voyager class one had. But, it works. It works fairly well. It holds them. It holds them and allows them to just drop out. Sometimes accidentally. And then last but not least, let's take this. We'll fold this little wing out. Plug this into there. And there he is in his helicopter mode. And he's a big helicopter. He's really big in his helicopter mode, and his rotors are effing huge. So if you display him in this mode, you should probably like hang him from the ceiling or whatnot, because he will take up a lot of shelf space otherwise. So this is not like exactly frictionless, but the rotor spins. This little tail rotor. Sorry for the camera shake. I'm having to hold my camera farther away because I've run out of table on my table. But yeah, so he's got his little pitot tube up here. I believe this is for refueling, I think. Is what that tube is for. It's not a gun. People are going to think it's a gun because it's long and pointy, but it's not a gun. Underneath, he's basically all hollow, but he does have landing gears. And I mean, he looks like the helicopter in question, and that's really what's important. But yeah, he's pretty cool. In terms of paint ups or whatnot, like detailing that's on him, he's got the Air Force symbol here and here on both sides. U.S. Air Force 4500 X-ray, danger, keep away. Little details on him. This one says Blackout on that side. On the other side, it says Blackout. Air Force. In the front, he's got Decepticon symbol and 4500 X-ray again. And yeah. But that's basically Blackout in a nutshell. He doesn't really do much on this, except you can take this and just kind of go and launch out Scorponok. That's kind of fun. All right. But that's going to be it for me. I'm going to stick this guy down before I, stab myself in the eyeball or something like that. Everybody, thank you for watching. You guys are all awesome. And I will see you around. Have a great day and be good to each other. See ya.